All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Major League Hatz. I know there probably isn't anybody on here at this time. I am on a little bit early, only because I'm actually starting to figure this shit out. So, in the meantime, though, if you're not on already, before you jump on, go and get your nice favorite favorite beverage. I am drinking a Lagunitas Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale. Obviously, no sponsor. Remember, you got to be 21 to drink, so make sure we get that out there. So pick up whatever your favorite beverage is, and come back and let's get going. Hey, what's up, Sam? How you doing tonight? So we got a lot of things to cover, but before we get going, don't forget. I know Sam's probably already part of it. Join the Bird Box Challenge. We're almost up to 350 subs. When I just checked just now, we were at 314 subs. So as soon as I get to 350, and I'm only saying this because of the folks that might watch this later on after it goes live, but make sure you go and enter into the Bird Box Challenge. Let's help get that Bird Box Challenge video up to 200 views. It's currently at 152 views, so it only needs about 48 more views to go. So, was there any big thing going on today in the sports world? I can't really think of anything. Let's see. Do you know what's going on, Sam? My mouth was on the floor when it was announced that Harper was signed. Sam, I'm going to tell you, my wife is not going to be happy. I am never taking a shower again. I am not kidding. I was literally waiting all freaking day to see what happens because as you probably know, they said that he was probably going to be signing by Friday. What's up, P. Hatter? I'm here. Did you hear about sports today? So I decided, okay, I'm tired of waiting. I need to take a shower, get going, and I wanted to watch the Red Sox game because my buddy Michael's at the Red Sox game, and I wanted to watch it. So I'm like, I'm going to go jump in the shower. It's almost 1 o'clock. Get out of the shower, and bam! Harper, 13 years, $330 million freaking dollars. I'm like, I leave for 15 minutes to take a shower and this shit happens. Now, by the way, that was on my list here of talking points here. But since we're going to go a little bit out of order, Sam, you brought it up. So this is for you, bud. Obviously, Harper, 13 years, 330. No opt-out clause, which was big if you're a Phillies fan, and then a full no trade clause, which is big for Harper because if he ever gets traded down the line, which I think he might be most of the time, these big contracts, they do usually get traded at the end of their contracts. So I think that's big for him because ultimately he gets to choose where he wants to go, where he wants to play, and everything. Now, I have double-sided feelings about this. Hatter, I know you're at band practice, but here's to you, buddy. I did get this at a St. Louis Cardinals game. They were giving out koozies, cozies, whatever these dang things are called, so that's why I have it. So this is imported from St. Louis. No one is really working. Hatter, shush about that. You know, if somebody gave you $330 million, you taking it. Hatter, quit lying to yourself, dude. And before I move on, before I talk a little bit, if this guy, Bryce Harper, is making the Philadelphia Phillies now, all right, there, Sam, he got the 13 for the longevity part, and as kind of a little reward because you know he's not going to be those last 3 years. He's not going to be the player that he used to be. But at the same time, you are getting at least a minimum of 8 great years. What's up, Cleveland sports fan? I was just wearing my White Sox hat. Here you go. Yep, this is last year's spring training hat. So Harper easily, you guys might think I'm wrong, but trust me, easily between ticket sales, spring training sales, merchandise sales, playoff sales, because you know they're going to be in those 13 years, the Phillies easily are going to make the playoffs 4 times. And I told you guys last week, There is room on this Phillies bandwagon with me if you want to jump on. Hatter, I can't wait to get my Phillies hat when they make the playoffs this year. So I'm looking forward to that. That beer is tainted with that Cardinals beer holder. People who save lives like first responders and health professions are worth $3. Hatter, we all know what kind of world we are in. You will learn that when you become president, and I think you said 2032, you will know that's not how the world goes around. Just remember that. I'm on the bandwagon. I love those teams with Ryan Howard in his prime. What's up, Houston-born white guy? Yeah, everybody was on the Phillies bandwagon. So my point is, Harper's going to, don't forget, he's going to get a TV deal. Well, he's going to bring the Phillies a TV deal. If they don't have a mega colossal TV deal already in place, he's going to bring that freaking $1 billion TV deal along with it. So him getting paid $330 million over a 13-year deal, seriously, it's going to, for the Phillies standpoint, it is going to be a bargain. Because you guys, I'm sure you guys are well aware, Arenado just got $200 and I think it was $60 million for an extension. 260. Imagine if he hit free agency in a couple years. Imagine what he get. Cloud Fighter, what's going on? Here's to you, Cloud Fighter. So I hope everybody has their drink in hand and they're enjoying whatever they prefer. I know Hatter likes that green mountain soda stuff. 330, that's a crap a ton of money. I'll be announcing my candidacy for president when Harper's contract is up. So this deal for the Phillies is going to be a great deal. Arenado just signed for like $260. What do you think he would have got if he hit free agency? He would actually probably, on the pace that he is now, he would guarantee get a higher contract than Bryce Harper. Now, with him getting $330, they did say that the Giants were in it. If I remember reading correctly, they offered him $310, and he said in order to sign with the Giants, it was a 10-year deal. He would need at least like $335 because of the tax implications in California, which makes sense. A lot of players are actually looking at that more closely. It's funny how like Stephen Curry is one of the highest paid players in basketball, but per annual value, he's like 4th or 5th on the list because of the tax implications. You know, you got a state like Florida, you got a state like Florida or Oregon where they don't have no state taxes. So the players are making a lot more money. So those states are actually looking more enticing to go sign there. Crazy J38, white guy, 330 mil. Message retracted. Let's see. McCutcheon, Segura, Realmuto, now Harper. That's a lot to like. Hey, we on the bandwagon here, Sam. Me and you. Anybody else want to join in? Me and Sam are holding seats right now. Doesn't Curry lose like half his money? I'm probably wrong. Not half his money, but he loses a good chunk. He loses a minimum of 10%. State tax is about 8, 9, 10%, something like that. So he's losing a hell of a deal. So in order for the Giants to sign him, they would have had to probably go like 330, 340 would have been my guess, because when it comes down to it, those taxes just kill. And they were saying that the Dodgers wanted a short-term deal. I think it was about 4 years, but they were willing to offer like $40 million for like 4 years. $40 freaking million for 4 years? And you guys say 13 years at 330 is a lot? $40 million a year. They hit the baseball. Hey, Dan D9, how you doing today? So, I'm just saying, I'm on the bandwagon. I am waiting for the Philadelphia Phillies Bryce Harper number 34. It better be 34 to drop. I will be ordering the jersey as soon as it drops because, as you guys know, I'm a Harper fan. And as you guys know, I named my kid after Bryce Harper. And I am so freaking glad I don't have to make a certain video, because if Bryce Harper would have signed with the Dodgers, I would have had to. My kid would have grown up hating me because he knows I hate the Dodgers. My whole family knows I hate the Dodgers. I would have had to tell my son, your name. I'm so glad I don't have to make that video. That would have been the hardest video to make. I did break the news that Harper is with the Phillies, and he was okay with it. I just told him I would have to get him a Phillies hat now. He can still wear his little Nationals hat, but if Harper, you guys, I told you guys last week, if Harper couldn't be a Giants, I'm so glad that he is a Philly and not a Dodger. Now, I will be, so let's move on to the next part. So I will be announcing later on in the live stream what the next contest is for the next hat contest. Now, I will let you guys know I still have both the hats available. I talked with Michael. He currently, long story short, he doesn't wear 7 5/8. I wanted to make sure I got him something, so we worked something else out. I will be shipping him that something when I get it in because I don't have it quite yet. He knows that, so I will be shipping that out. So I have both hats, so make sure you guys are able to stay in tune for a little bit or come back later on, check it out. But you got to stay tuned in order to find out. And I still got the Rumble Hogs hat and the Maple Kings hat. So if you're interested in those hats, please let me know. Damn tweakers, white guy, no. Why did they? Jeff, you catch that crackhead? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Man, he ultimately signed with the team he was rejected to sign with. Yeah, but you guys know you guys all know his agent is Scott Boras. Originally, Philly's offer was about 10, so he got those extra 3 years. It brought down the average annual salary a little bit, but he got what he wanted, and that's all that mattered. What's going on Boyce and Harper to Chicago 2032? Now, you guys got to remember, I said this last week, with Harper signing with the Phillies, if he did, which he obviously, it looks like he has, everything says, it looks like they're in agreement. Remember that. I'm not a John Morosi or Ken Rosenthal, but stay tuned for Mike Trout signing with the Philadelphia Phillies, because if they don't lock Mike Trout up to an extension this year, you guys really see him staying with the Angels. Mike Trout is not staying with the Angels if they don't lock him up this year, because the Angels just never, for whatever reason, they just can't compete. They just can't keep it together. The A's are better than the Angels half the time. So remember that. I said it here first. Trout to Philadelphia. Well, I didn't really say it here first. You guys know the deal. Let's see. If Trout gets a mega deal, I could see him re-signing. Exactly. Be nice to see Trout in the postseason. Exactly. The Yankees will eventually buy all the good players. Michael, now, I watched Houston-born white guy's video today. He made a very good point. Yankees didn't get no big stars like they were. It was the Padres and the Phillies. That should tell you something about the teams in a whole, how they do have the money to spend. They just don't want to spend it. And it's nice to finally see that the teams that have typically been on the bottom of the last couple of years making these big signings to get into potentially the postseason, because you only can, I feel bad, for some fans. It's like if you're a Marlins fan, you're constantly losing. You constantly don't see the upside. So it's nice to see these teams making that kind of investment in their teams and rewarding their fans with signings like this. Now, we just got to see what's going to go on with Dallas Keuchel, Craig Kimbrell. It was kind of reported that since the Phillies got Harper, they are not going to go after Dallas Keuchel, which brings me to my next point. I'm a freaking Giants fan. You guys know that. What's up, Johnny G? How you doing? You guys know that. I'm going to be drinking a lot more this season because there is nothing I'm telling you right now to look forward to as a Giants fan. I can see that. Yo, sir. Hey, LG Max 73. How you guys doing? This is awesome, by the way. I have to tell you, this is the most people I've ever had on this live stream at one time. We currently have 10 people. You guys, that is freaking awesome. Thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate that. So, as a Giants fan, come on. Now, and I mentioned this in a previous live stream, that if they don't sign Harper, you can pretty much kiss Bumgarner goodbye. But what, as a Giants fan, and GMAC, you could correct me if I'm wrong. What are we going to be looking for as a freaking Giants fan this year? I don't see any. Warriors are barely beating the Magic. I haven't watched that game yet. I'm still I'm recording it, so I'll be checking it out. And Dan D9, that basketball season for Warriors don't really start until March. And last time I checked, March is like tomorrow. So, you know, I just watched the game where they played the Spurs and they kicked the Spurs by like 50 points. So it's all right. Boston Celtics for life. See, there you go. Live stream is popping. Yes, I like it. Retooling, homie. That's it. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. But you want me to pay those astronomical ticket prices? No, I can't pay those astronomical ticket prices to watch Steven Duggar and Cameron Maybin. That ain't going to do it for me. And like I said, especially if they trade Mad Bum, ain't happening. So that's my giant rant part 2. I really hope that it ends up going a different direction. And I'm really hoping that the Giants have an A's caliber season where it just kind of works out. Take one game at a time. And as dumb as that sounds, let's do it. All right. So let's take a little bit. Let's check out the notes. So the first thing I want to show you is I wanted to show you a hat that I picked up last week. Forgot to show you guys last week, so I wanted to show you today. And I got a hell of a deal on this. So I was at Lids in person when I picked up that White Sox hat. They were having the buy one, get one off sale. So I picked up, bam, a Golden State Warriors back-to-back champion edition hat. It says 25, but it was actually only 15. And since I got it half off, $7.50. So you can't beat that. I didn't really have one like this, and I really wanted to get it with like the back-to-back champions. And it has the yellow Jerry West logo on the back, yellow New Era flag. This one is made in China, 100% polyester. So great underbill. So it's freaking sweet that I was finally able to get one, and I didn't have to pay that standard like $35-40 for it. And I'm really excited that I was able to. So I don't know. You guys tell me. It's basically the typical Warriors colors with that royal blue and that yellow, but it's freaking nice because it has that back-to-back champions. There's not a lot of basketball teams out there with that back-to-back champion patch. How about those Cavs there? So I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys that before I forget it. And in a little while, we will be doing another unboxing because I got several unboxings. But before we get to those, I got a couple more things that I would like to talk to you about. Now, I know we got some hockey guys on here. D. Wade made the Warriors his bitches last night. I haven't seen that, but I will eventually. As much as I hate the Warriors, gotta love their jerseys and logos. Yes, that is true. I have a USA-made NBA New Era hat. Okay. And Houston-born white guy, go Astros. Yeah, you might as well be rooting on the Astros because those Rockets are going to be crashing pretty soon, especially when they hit those playoffs. So remember that. But anyways, Houston-born white guys going to get all mad at me. So I know we got some hockey guys. Did anybody watch that Stadium Series Classic game that happened just a few days ago between the Flyers and it was the Penguins? I liked it. It was a good game. But the thing that I want to talk to you about, check out the Heritage NBA Warriors logo. James Harden is my top players to be an TBH. Oh, by the way, yes. So the thing I want to talk to you about is that, yes, the game itself was cool. They played in Philadelphia, of course, so they played at the Lynx Field where the Eagles play, and it was kind of like that had that mist, that rain going on, so it was a cool effect. The ice wasn't in the best shape, they were saying, and honestly, it was a good game. But the thing that I want to talk to you guys about, ugly helmets. I kind of like the helmets a little bit. I kind of don't like, just the all white helmets, and the only reason about the helmet thing is because despite, them wearing their jerseys, their sweaters, of course, with the helmets, it also makes it a lot easier to recognize them really quickly. If you're kind of looking down from, say you're at that stadium and you're looking down at them, you could easily get them kind of confused. And so I kind of like the color helmets. That's just me, though. Helmets just ain't clicking with me, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of like them, but I don't. That's just because I don't like that old whiteness. Typically they're all white helmets. And to me, I like the color. So I'm not a big fan of just all white. Maybe the style, the way they did them wasn't the best. But I wish they would put more coloring on them, just kind of like the NFL players or Major League Baseball players. You got some sort of cool little design. That's why, like, for me, I really enjoy seeing what the goalies are wearing, especially to see what kind of pattern or design that they have going on their helmets, because usually their helmets are like very personalized, and I really enjoy like looking at them. I really try to see every little aspect in the goalies' helmets, and sometimes they'll have like their kids painted on there, and it's just, to me, it's just freaking awesome. So I like the painted helmet deals. I like the one that I have, Jay. How are the NFL Fanatics hats and helmets? So the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, if I am Fanatics, I would be pissed with those guys, and not necessarily the Flyers, but the Penguins. So if you checked out the game and you looked at the Penguin coaches, they were all wearing like barrettes. They weren't even wearing like the Fanatics hats or anything like that. When you saw the Flyers coaches, they were wearing, the Fanatics hats. And that's the obviously a huge ass sponsor for the NHL and for the games. And they obviously want to sell a product. And if the coaches on the Penguins are not even going to wear the hats, as a Penguins fan or just like a hockey fan, what is going to make me want to get that hat? If the coaches are saying, no, we ain't wearing these hats, I wear this blank black barrette, what's the point? I mean, if I was Fanatics, you guys watch NFL games just like I do. You see MLB games just like I do. We like to have or get hats that players wear, coaches wear. And in football, it's the same thing. All the players are wearing hats or beanies at least. And with the Penguin coaches, black barrettes. And I think maybe I saw like one guy wearing maybe a Penguins beanie of a coach. But I think NHL, the National Hockey League, needs to fix that, because you're having Fanatics, your biggest sponsor, providing you with all this jerseys, equipment, hats, and stuff, and they're not even wearing this stuff to show the sponsorship off. As a sponsor, I'd be pissed paying all that money, and those coaches are not hyping my product. I'd be pissed. I'd want my money back or some shit, right? J38, I found the crackhead. I thought they'd have to wear their sponsor. I just wish New Era made more custom things such as Nirvana logo fitted or Run DMC again, as those hats are hard to find. So I just wanted to bring that up. The game itself, it was a good game. It was a fun game. So hopefully you guys checked it out. Check your DM. All right. Hang on. Timeout. Johnny. Let's see. Johnny. Let's see here. Johnny, is that you? Sneaker Life? Let's see. Check your DM. I have 2 hats coming, and I got them both for $11. That's a hell of a deal. Use text. Yes. Oh, okay. You should have told me that earlier. So I was talking to Johnny, just so you guys know, and he came, and it says a different name than his YouTube name, so I didn't know that was him. So you should let me know. Thank you. The Philly coach was wearing one, but most of the Flyer coaches weren't. But I did see more Flyer coaches wearing them than I did see the Penguin coaches. So that's kind of why I didn't really lump the Flyer coaches in this little rant. So, but I'm just saying, they got to wear the products, right? You guys agree, right? Go Devils. Go Devils. Who talks about the New Jersey Devils? Nobody. All right. Now, I do want to talk about, I don't know, I'm sure you guys are aware, but I will let you know, Johnny G had to make me be aware about one release, but there has been some nice releases this week. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but for the wrestling fans, New Era has come out with some WWE/WWF for the old time guys like myself releases. They came out with Shawn Michaels hat. They came out with the D Generation X hat, DX hat. They came out with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And my personal favorite, the Ultimate Warrior. I know Johnny said he was going to pick one up, or thinking about picking one up. I would like to pick up the WWE hat. It's a New Era. It's a fitted. I'd pick up the Warriors just because I'm not a Shawn Michaels fan per se. I'm still pissed at him from when he kicked Marty Jannetty through the plexiglass in the barbershop interview thing a number of years ago, and then of course the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart. So I ain't picking up no Shawn Michaels merch, but Generation X, just so you guys know, if you guys don't know, they're going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in March. So that is really cool that they came out with this line of hats right at the same time as they are going into the Hall of Fame. And these hats are a better quality than the typical ones that New Era sells. They usually have like adjustable hats as well. They do have more of a variety for the adjustable hats on New Era, or on lids, I should say, but I don't like them. As you guys know, I want the fitted. So, Val Penis. Okay. They should make a Val Venus hat. I stopped following WWE in 2016, but I have seen stuff from after. You think Shawn is tired again. Roman Reigns is cool, but nobody else is as cool. Now, and just so you guys know, I've been watching wrestling / WWE since I was like 5-6 years old. And there was a time after the Attitude Era, I quit watching it for like 4 or 5 years. I just got sick of it. It was basically the same old stuff, and it just really wasn't that good. So I basically quit watching it, and I kind of quit watching it around the Daniel Bryan, the CM Punk time. And I have gone back on the WWE Network, not sponsored, and I have caught up on some of those episodes of Raw and SmackDown just to kind of catch up. I missed the whole like introduction of New Day and the Wyatt family, but I have been watching, consistently over the years again, and I take it for what it is, you guys. It's just entertainment. I enjoy watching it, and that's kind of all I go with it. I try not to think too much into the storylines other than what they are. If you look at it that way, I don't understand why some people, like on YouTube, they make videos about, the weekly episodes, and they just go ballistic on it. And it's like, dude, relax. It's a TV show like anything else. Hey, you're either gonna like it, you don't like it. But why every week, if you say the show or the product is crap, why do you keep watching it? It is not your job to review WWE TV shows. It is not your job. You're not hired by WWE. You're doing these predictions, show reviews, or whatever you want to freaking call them because you're getting paid on YouTube. But if you don't like the product, stop complaining. And that's just all I got to say about that. Rain saying is wrestling this at Fastlane. And hey, I don't know if you agree with me, Cleveland sports fan, but without saying no names, that is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm more interested in the XFL. The XFL is kind of coming a little bit too late, only because, if you guys know, the AAF is out. I think they're doing pretty good. I'm going to be honest. I haven't caught any games just because I stay up late and I wake up late. So it's like I never really get a chance to really watch morning stuff. I haven't watched WWF since 2010. And Manziel to XFL. They kind of were saying that Manziel might go to the AAF. So we'll see what happens. He is going to go to one of them since he got kicked out of Canada. So what are you going to do on that one? I will be going live at 10 p.m. Central. All right. So 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. The other release, if you guys are not aware, and I want to make sure I got these right, is that they had the NBA Light Up Collection. These are kind of like a little runoff of the Neon Collection that they came out with. I personally kind of like a couple of them. I like the Sixers, the Celtics, and the Cavs, but I will tell you that I'm not buying none of them. And the main reason why, and I think eventually I will cave in a little bit, but before I do, it has to be a really good hat. But these hats are snapback. So as you guys know, I don't do snapback. But like I said, I might cave in later on down the line if it's a really good baseball hat, because I'm sick and tired of all these good hats coming out. And I'm trying to stick to my ground. Okay? I got to stick to my ground. But as you guys know, I've working on making some hats here. Some of them are snapbacks because some people like snapbacks. It's just the way it is. But they did have some good ones, and if you haven't seen them, go check them out on lids. But it's called the NBA Light Up Series or Collection, and I really like the Sixers, the Cavs, and the Celtics. Those were good ones. By the way, Sergio, I got your hat package. I just need your melon. All right, I'll give it to you. Skip Bayless said Johnny would be bigger in Cleveland than LeBron ever was. That's a joke. I like the neon hats from New Era. I like the neon hats too, and I still wanted the Sixers hat, but it was a freaking snapback. So that was another release. The other thing is, as you guys know, I was wearing it a couple weeks ago, where I did a review. St. Patrick's Day hats have popped up on lids. They have the full green version and they have the white version. So if you did like the St. Patrick's Day, go pick it up on lids so you can get your, your discount. Me personally, like I said, as I mentioned in the video, I do like this year's St. Patrick's Day hats a lot better. Somebody asked me if I kind of regret getting it on MLB Shop, and I said no, because for once, I'm kind of usually kind of late to doing the reviews on a product. I actually kind of got to do the product first for once. So as you guys know, I barely got the spring training hats in. I did the review, but people already were putting out reviews like a week or two before that, right when they dropped. So I was kind of happy I at least got to do the review ahead of everybody else. And then also I picked up a shirt at the same time. So I'm not really mad about that. Let's see here. Francisco Lindor, LeBron James, white guy, Howard the Duck versus. Okay, not a fan of adjustable hats. They mess up my hair in the back. Ben Franklin sizes hat. And then they might go on sale after St. Patrick's Day. They will. They will. I was actually seeing some of the St. Patrick's Day Pro Light ones from last year, and they're on sale for like $20. So if you want to maybe go get last year's, you could probably go get one, but it ain't for me. The other another release that New Era did, and I saw these, and then somebody else brought these to my attention. Johnny G actually brought this to my attention as well. But New Era came out with soccer hats, and it's because like New Era and the MLS have officially become partners, and they're soccer hats, and so they finally got New Era fitted hats released for soccer. And just so you guys know, I've been asked this kind of a couple times today, which is actually kind of cool. I won't be picking up any soccer hats because I'm not really a soccer fan. If I did pick up a hat, though, first for soccer, I'd pick up a Barcelona or a Chelsea. Those are the two main mega power stars in soccer. Yes, I know there's some more, but that just shows you my soccer knowledge. The other hat that I'd pick up if I picked up a hat would be a San Jose Quakes hat. And I would pick up a New York Red Bull hat, and only because I like Red Bull. But for the most part, I'm not big into soccer. I watch the World Cup every time it comes around because that's when I enjoy watching it. But I played soccer as a kid, and I just kind of didn't really get a lot of excitement watching it. It's like one of those kind of sports for me, like watching golf on TV, to me, is kind of boring. I'd rather play it. Same with tennis. I like watching tennis once in a while, but I rather play it than watch it. So soccer's the same way. I rather play soccer than watch it. So I won't be picking up those hats, but I really like the fact that they partnered up with New Era. That means they